This is nothing new. It's been around for ages. At this point, it honestly feels as if it has always been around. It's as if when man first stumbled out of the caves and realized they needed a tool to cut stuff, they looked around on the virgin ground at their feet and picked up one of these. One of these, of course, referring to the Benchmade Griptilian, or, in this case, the Mini-Griptilian. Benchmade has been pumping these out at a mind-numbing rate ever since Mel Pardue handed over a crude sketch of one he had done on a napkin while 3 days into a week-long booze-fueled bender. It seems, as the eons have passed, these knives have remained basically unchanged. Well, I mean, at least it was unchanged until I got my hands on it. Now, if you've ever seen my Instagram at all, at TriStateEDC, please follow me. Thank you. You will have surely noticed an unavoidable lack of Benchmades in any of my pictures. And that is because I have only ever owned 2 of them. This one and the Grizzly Ridge. Don't even get me started on the Grizzly Ridge, or this video will never end. This beauty was the second and the last Benchmade I bought for myself almost a year ago, and I can't really tell you why I've never picked up another one. Chalk it up to my belief, be it unfounded or otherwise, that I can get a lot more for my money elsewhere, from an endless list of other, more ambitious knife manufacturers. But again, this is the beginning of a rant we do not have time for, so let's get down to it. The Benchmade Mini-Griptilian is, well, it's a knife, a small knife, Civiviodium size, Spyderco Paramilitary 3 sized. I would show you a comparison, but I've given away both my Para 3 and my Odium recently, so you'll have to use your imagination. Right out of the box, the Mini Grip is sporting those sensual, curvaceous, and well-sculpted scales made out of, I don't know, plastic? Nylon? The ergos from the factory are great, and well, overall materials and quality control aside, it's a great little knife. I decided to go with the pseudo-spidey hole variant with the sheep's foot blade because, well, I love me my holes. And if that's not for you, not to worry. You can also pick one of these up with the trusty thumb studs and a more traditional drop point blade. If, you know, that's your thing. Whatever, nerd. In either variant, and in quite literally every color in the known spectrum, a mini grip can be picked up from most reputable retailers for $102 to $125-ish with the S35V blade. Or, if you're feeling frisky, you can pick one up in 20CV for a whopping $175 or more. I would say yikes to that price tag, but I will be a good boy and hold my tongue, because you'll soon learn I have literally no room to talk. The blade, in typical Benchmade fashion, at least according to my extremely limited experience, is ground to slice without jeopardizing the blade's strength or structure. And boy oh boy, as chode-esque as it may seem, this blade slices. Once again, as is typical from Benchmade, the blade on my variant is done in S30V steel, and this one has been coated from the factory. Personally, I have no issues with Benchmade's S30V for normal daily use. It holds an edge well, it's not the worst to sharpen, and well, it just works. The action, like all axis lock knives, is smooth and addicting, at least after a short fidget-filled break-in period. And even though the blade is tiny and light as a feather, you can whip it 7 ways to Sunday. Reverse flick, thumb flicks, wheel it open, axis whip it. The fidgeting options here are nearly endless. And even though I've been whipping and slicing, flicking, snapping mine shut for nearly a year, it shows little to no signs of wear, and those dainty little Omega springs seem to be taking the abuse extremely well. As you may be catching on to by now, I don't really have a lot to say about the bone stock fresh out of the box mini grip because, as you can see, within a week of arriving at my door, mine was transformed from the black plastic worm into this beautiful blood red butterfly that you see before you. Magnificent, isn't it? These are machined aluminum scales from the talented team at Applied Weapons Technologies, colloquially known as AWT. Anodized red because, well, I think the world needs more red knives. The backspacer, also from AWT, has been anodized blue. I'm not sure why I picked blue instead of black, or, I don't know, black, but we live and we learn. Availability aside, AWT makes scales and backspacers for both the big grip and the mini grip, in an absolute truckload of colors. So, if you've always wanted a bright pink mini grip with a dazzling orange backspacer, look no further. Now, this next bit might be hard to swallow for many, and that is the price of the scales. While the Mini Grip and its big brother are, in my opinion, 2 of the most reasonably priced Benchmades available today, the price to turn your plastic pickle-worm knife into a beautiful butterfly isn't for the faint of heart. The scales and the backspacer, by themselves, what they call the grip kit, will cost you around $86. So if you have a doctorate in applied mathematics, you don't need me to tell you that I, for reasons unknown, decided it was okay to pay $211 for a Benchmade Griptilian. Please judge me as you will. In closing, pricing and my feelings towards Benchmade as a whole aside, I bought the Mini-Grip because, well, I think I felt obligated. As we know, it's been around for ages, unchanged, and the pricing is as reasonable as one can expect compared to their other models. And when it arrived, I was so underwhelmed that I thought, okay, let's go spend that same amount of money on handles. And maybe then I will be happy with my endless spiral towards bankruptcy. So, did it work? Of course it worked. I love this thing. AWT scales are worth every penny. I would happily do it all again, all over again. Just look at it. Black on red, red on black, that awkward handicapped stepchild backspacer. It may be a $200 Mini-Grip, but it's my $200 Mini-Grip. I carry it all the time. And even though I know how much I paid for it, and I'm sure the Benchmade warranty went right the out the window when I pried the factory scales off with a screwdriver, I still use it and abuse it as if it cost $102, and the warranty is still intact. In closing, the Mini-Grip in its virgin, unaltered form is a great value as far as Benchmades go. And it's an excellent size for EDC use. The blade cuts and it holds an edge for a good long time. I might even go as far as to call it the perfect gateway Benchmade to anyone who's been looking but hasn't taken the leap yet. The action is as addicting now as it was a year ago when I bought it. And it's held up to my nonsense beautifully. But should you buy one? Well, if you want a Benchmade, but you're on the verge of bankruptcy like me, I say go for it. $102 is well worth it for an $102 is well worth it for an American-made knife with this much prowess and this much worldwide respect and history. But should you be like me, pony up the $86 for the scales? I say, again, yes, because I don't think I would even still own this knife if it wasn't for these scales. And that's that. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye-bye now.